Hey there, garden fans. Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. Happy Earth Day. I wanted to give you all an Earth Day update. I'll make it as quick as I can. There's a lot of stuff going on at the homestead. A lot has changed in just 2 weeks. The warmer spring weather is certainly helping everything blow right up. So let me blow through here, give you an update as quick as I can. Shade garden is looking really good. This border here of Sweet Elysium has come up and is starting to flower. The bees like it. The crimson clover, the red, is all flowering up. Buckwheat is coming up too. So this flower bed has been a real blessing for the bees. They really like it. Borage is coming up with no problem. Companion planted with a little bit of chamomile behind it. More chamomile. And this little patch right here is going to be a rose campion. Another flower, perennial. I've been most impressed with this apple polyculture. It's like my favorite looking thing right now. So the bee balm has blown up and is looking strong. All the brassicas that were here are obviously flowering. The yarrow is about to start flowering, throw up some yellow heads. Comfrey's doing fine. Garlic chives are hiding there. The garlic at the base of the tree is doing just fine. I've got a medium red clover. I really like the color of it, and it contrasts the crimson clover just fine. So the bees are really liking all this. I like it myself. Added another non-edible on the other side over here. It's tansy. It's meant for pest control. Eventually it'll start flowering and I'll be able to use the leaves in sprays. I got a bit of oregano coming up in this polyculture as well. It'll bush out really big, and of course it's a perennial. So this polyculture is looking good. I've been most impressed with it. I've got a wild arugula here that me and the wife eat off of. We add that to our salads. So that's obviously strong, and I didn't have to do anything. Just wild. I love the wild weeds. Eat the weeds, everybody. The weeds are good. Getting into the shade garden here on the west side of the house. The salad bowl is back. Garden fans, salad bowl is back. And then the raspberries are doing just fine on the west side of the house here. They have flowered and are setting fruit. And I've got them companion planted with a lot of lettuce, spinach, and there are strawberries down there as well. I mean, as soon as I harvest the lettuce, strawberries will be throwing out their runners. But the shade garden seems to be doing just fine. Moving along. Elderberry row looks good. The mint and buckwheat and clover are starting to really take off. I guess you wouldn't know that there's elderberry there if I didn't walk up and show it to you. It's kind of mixed up, but I like that. I like the polyculture there. I've got a row of marigold here coming up on the opposite side of this swale. They're looking pretty good. Can't wait to get some marigolds growing. I've been pruning out all the collards from the fall as we go along, and there's just massive amounts of seeds on these, so be on the lookout for a seed giveaway, folks. Peach tree looking good. This is dwarf peach. Some of the collards that I've cut down and coppiced are actually, it's almost like I coppiced them like a tree, because they're growing again. So here we go. I've got collards and I didn't even have to plant them, and I'll probably have collards all summer now. This guy's companion planted with clover, buckwheat, and some basil down there. Here's one of my mission figs. New addition to the homestead. It's got a nice little yarrow companion plant right now. This guy will take its time, but it'll grow, and it's native, so it shouldn't have as many pest problems and disease problems as what I'm having with my pears. Blackberry cages are full, all of them. They're all flowering. They've been companion planted with peas, and the peas are starting to climb up the cages themselves. This whole area has been cover cropped with the crimson clover, which is looking good. I got a pile of peas here that are coming in. So plenty of veggies. These were volunteers too. I think I cover cropped with some peas last year that are just now coming up. Here's some more coppiced collards. You can see I've just cut it off, and it's just throwing off roots and shoots off of the stem that I left in there. So I won't even have to plant collards this summer. they're gonna grow just fine. This peach tree is healthy and looking good. It's put on some fruit, but I kind of want to prune it off just to help it focus on its growth. It's got a mustard companion planting, garlic, of course. There is some catmint back there, and of course the comfrey, which is flowering right now, is out in full bloom. And more collards. Garden boxes are strong and looking good in full force. Lots of lettuce, kale, chamomile, my favorite, coming in. Another herb box here, lemon balm, mint, red vein sorrel, lots of apple mint. This oregano has taken root really well. In fact, it's probably time for me to prune it back a little bit, help it bush up some. I've got a thyme here growing as an understory that seems to be doing just fine. I thought it was dead. I left it for dead and it's come back. Great stuff. Third garden box also looking strong. Carrot looking good. Chamomile about to start flowering up. Kale, lettuce, carrots, lemon balm. I mean, there's just so much going on, guys. And we eat this stuff too. We're eating lettuce every night. The muscadine coming back to life. I've trained it up on this fence along with the other blackberry here. This is a Ouachita. The Ouachita blackberry is beautiful. It's so nice to see it flower right now. The bees love it. So I've got also next year's canes coming up. A couple of them too already. It's like I got 1, 2, maybe even 3 or 4 canes here coming up for next year. But that blackberry is just beautiful. It's flowering up, the bees like it, looking good and strong. Acid guild still alive. In fact, the hydrangeas are coming back to life big time, so I should get some flowers on these come the fall. Rabbit eye blueberries are waking up. Another hydrangea, high bush blueberry has set quite a bit of fruit. I should have no problem collecting blueberries this year off of this guy. The big empty space here is finally starting to wake up. I've seeded it once again with green beans and spaghetti squash and zucchini. I mean, I forgot half the stuff I put in there, guys. A lot of nasturtium too, and borage. My potato buckets are in full force, looking good. I'm trying to mix here with a potting mix and then using dry sand as well. I saw a couple videos on that. I'm going to try out this method. Herb hedge, looking good. Lavender, I love the pretty blue flowers on the lavender. Real good stuff. Eventually I'll get this all planted up too with some annuals. Man, there's just so much going on, guys. Everything's waking up. It's starting to turn into a food forest. In here, more blueberries. Here's a brown turkey fig that I planted the other day, along with some comfrey for it. How are the chickens doing? I don't know. Let's go check on the chickens here in a minute. Bees are strong. This is a very strong colony. I'm not going to get too close. Don't want to piss them off, but they're doing their thing, doing a good job. Plums. I don't know how well they're going to do. After my experience with the pears, I'm a little worried that they might get disease too. They're not native to this area, so I'm going to do my best to try to keep them alive. Mountain mint everywhere, should be spreading soon. This swale is really holding things together just fine. How the chickens doing? Let's go check out the chickens. Happy Earth Day, everybody. Hope you're all getting excited, and I hope you're all getting your gardens going. Hey girls, how you doing? Chickens are doing good. They're getting bigger. They're getting their big girl feathers there on their little tail. They seem to be doing just fine. Try to keep them as healthy as I can. I know there's a big bird flu scare up north. Sorry, guys. Hope that kind of works itself out there. I'm gonna end it here, guys. I mean, that's already longer than what I want to do. A lot of stuff going on here. Keep in touch for individual updates, but I wanted to do an Earth Day update and just say hi. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for subscribing. Keep in touch. I'm adding a lot of new things. Got pawpaws on the way. It's time to get native edible. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thumbs up, subscribe, keep in touch, guys. God bless.